Cain is to be the next fighter.
Absolutely not! I refuse to have my eldest son fight for you gods! Why should we when he can't join us?
He is not fighting for the gods. He is fighting for the survival of humanity. You really think if the gods win, they're gonna settle with just killing the live humans? Are you really so naive? This tournament has enlightened them to the fact that they can destroy the souls too. Permanently. They are going to wipe you, your wife and your sons, along with every other human who cheered for the dead fighters.
Then I'll fight for humanity. Leave my boys out of this!
Not going to happen. You are far too weak. Your son is the one with the power necessary. Kronos' curse ensures that fact.
Father, let me fight. Because if I don't, I will never truly forgive myself for my sins. It is my penance for becoming the world's first murderer.
I'm sorry, Adam, but this has to happen.
Do you two have anything to voice?
I don't want to watch my son die, but it seems no matter what he does, we run the risk of our family being torn apart.
I'm sorry, Adam, but I don't have the luxury of being considerate. Things are turning, and not in our favor.
So, who will be my combatant?
I'm afraid I don't know that yet. After the last round, there was some complications with the Order of Fighters, but I know who's a possibility. Cerrunos, Hermes, Seth, Hephestus, or Apollo. In any case, you are one of our best shots at winning another round. I hear you back there. What is it you want?
Oh, nothing at all, really. I just want to prove something. Don't mind me, I sure as hell won't mind you.
Mind telling me what you're on about?
As I said, nothing really, just a hunch. I do want to tell you one thing. You remember the rule, right? No interfering in matches, and no killing tournament participants. Although, those rules don't fully extend to a supposed neutral party like yourself.
I suggest if you want to accuse me of something, that you stop cowering behind your misbegotten sense of arrogance.
You call it arrogance. I call it security. Being the fastest thing to ever have existed gives one a sense of security.
Hermes, you may be the fastest little imp I've ever seen, but I have a 3-headed dog that could catch you before your little winged boots even flutter. So if you have a threat to make sure you can actually back it up.
I'll show you a threat, you corpse-looking swine! One step, one mistake, one iota of disloyalty, and your ass will be dead 6 ways from Sunday.
Listen here, nephew. I have no idea as to what you think you are referring to, but if I ever get a whiff of you sticking your insolent nose in my business again, I will make the pit of Tartarus look like a child's daycare when I am through with you. Am I understood?
You'll pay for that, asshole.
Run away and never look back.
The hell kind of hole did you crawl out of?
So, brother, which god have you sent into the ring today?
Only one of the most feared gods in all of Egypt.
Welcome back, one and all, to the Ragnarok! I am sure we are all feeling excited and revved up to see who will fight next after the defeat of Thor, Odin's son. But I shall keep you in suspense no longer, for today, Zeus has finally called upon the king of the Egyptian pantheon, the warrior of the dunes, and the first Godslayer, Zeus!
Master! Such useless creatures.
So, you've given Seth the advantage?
It's not like he needs it. But I can't risk another god losing.
Isn't that cheating, brother?
Of course not. It's merely reassurance.
And now, I bet you are wondering who the next human to attempt to slay the god's honor will be. Which measly mortal thinks they have the ability to cut this god's pride down. Well, I can tell you folks, the only thing impressive about this mortal is the stench that follows him after so many years. The first killer of man, Cain!
I heard I have a dog to put down. Worth a shot.
How dare you? You mongrel. Eh?
I needn't be defended by a god as weak as yourself. Stand aside.
Bad move, mutt. I've called entire herds of things like you.
The man who invented murder. I must admit, you look glorious. Huge fan.
A fan, huh? I'm not in the mood for to sign anything. I'd be willing to give you a eulogy.
You needn't worry about that. I'll sign my name in your blood.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm gonna fucking gut you like a pig.
I'm going to enjoy tearing you apart. Let's not waste any more time. Ah!
I never understood showing off. I'd rather get things over with.
Holy shit, it's Seth already.
I thought I told you to pipe down, pigeon boy.
People need to learn their place.
Yes. Hermes must know when to remain silent and let true gods work.
Talking about you.
Disappointed? I must admit, this is a new one for me.
It seems as though you're on a never-ending quest to be a badass. And all you end up is looking like an asshole.
A lowly human, staring down his nose at me. I must admit, I never thought I'd see the day.
You talk big for someone who's actively cheating. Let's make it a little more fair. Rust.
Do you intend to do anything impressive sometime today?
You thought that was an attack? I was calibrating. I'm just getting started. Slice.
I must say, this is the most damage anyone has dealt to me, mortal or god. My turn? Good.
That was quite interesting. I really thought you were my ticket to the grave. Guess I was wrong.
Oh, you survived that. I knew you would be the perfect foe. Seems I might have to take this fight seriously.
Guess I'll have to do the same. For the sake of humanity, for all the wrong I've ever done, I shall kill you.
Go, son! We all believe in you!
All of you humans are pathetic! You pray for his victory! This mortal, mere mortal! I will admit, you have my respect, my admiration, even. So it is truly a shame that I must kill you. You moron! The sand has a compacted density of sandstone. Say goodbye to that rusty hunk of metal.
Slice of punishment. Rot.
I'll make you pay for that, mortal! Die!
There. That's your time limit. The rust from my axe is special. It has the ability to absorb absolute. It will consume you from the inside out. All I have to do is wait.
What was that? It was like Seth's power crumbled. Is he blessed with some sort of power too?
His power is no blessing. He is cursed. No one could call decay a blessing.
Bob, who is this? I don't know them.
She is your great-grandmother.
Wait, right?
It seems things are progressing nicely.
Yeah, Cain is actually doing well. His powers are terrifying and disgusting. Then he stings as well.
One can only hope Cain will pull through. It would make things so much easier.
What are you planning, Father?
You needn't worry, my son.
What are you planning, Father?
You know, Cain, of all the mortals in this tournament, you by far are the most interesting. Care to know why? Because out of every contender, Alexander the Great, leader of armies, Vlad the Impaler, the Slaughterer, Achilles, the Invincible, they merely adopted your practice. Yours, the art of death, which you created. Their work stands in the shadow of what you began, which makes you something of an icon.
Enough talk, you mutt.
That was a compliment, mortal. Any praise from a god such as I should bring you to tears in joy.
I will admit you're impressive for a pompous, glorified hound of a god.
Such insolence. That is to be expected from an impressive specimen like yourself. But I can only call myself a glorious god if I manage to defeat the pioneer of murder. Time to end this. And here I thought we had our fill of immortals in this tournament. What a pity.
You know who gave me this curse, right?
Oh, but of course. The great and mighty Lord Kronos. But he died. Which means so can you. I just need to figure out how.
You'll be dead when that happens, if the rust doesn't stick. Let's try this on for size. Sink. Uncle, your hubris is going to be the end of you.
So, the fight has started.
So I see you still have the Allfather's truth.
Yes, even though I tried returning it, Thor's brother wanted me to keep it.
The North Pantheon has a great sense of pride and honor. If you had brought it back to him, and he accepted it, it would dishonor Thor.
And that is something I do not wish to bring upon.
As someone as experienced in death as you, who do you speculate will win this?
It is like the match with me and Thor. We are watching history. The world's first murderer and the world's first god-killer. Both killed their brothers, but for different reasons.
Not too dissimilar. I would say they're near identical. The only difference between them is godly pride and human humility.
What does that trinket do exactly?
Not much. It tells me who is destined to live and who is about to die. Only I can see its visions.
That means you know the outcome of one of the fights. Surely that's cheating.
Not quite. I can see who is destined to live and who is destined to die, but fates become complicated. A soul can have its fate change rather easily thanks to divine intervention. This whole tournament has been one big fog. Things have been changing a bit too much for my liking. This fight is the most unclear of them all.
Hey, don't worry about your brother. The one thing I can say about him, watching you two grow up, I know he won't ever give in.
In the beginning, the primordial god Kronos created the heavens and the land. The land's his planned safe haven when creating the world. The heavens his world for the divine to live. Within the surrounding pillars of gold and ivory, the heavens filled with gods. However, hidden in the center of the heavens, there was a garden filled with beautiful, luscious gardens. And then Kronos decided to create something new. Something finite. And so the first man and the first woman were created. After a while, a love blossomed between the two of them, and they lived peacefully. Unfortunately, one of Kronos' less beloved creations had seeped into his perfect garden.
This is paradise. Why, hello there.
Huh, a snake?
And who might you be?
Oh, my name's Eve.
Eve, huh? Why are you here? I believed only gods to be in this place.
Oh, Kronos told us that we're a new invention of his called humans, beings who will live in eternal paradise.
Curious. Why does he have you locked away in here?
Huh? What do you mean?
You seriously don't know? There's a whole kingdom outside of this place. You've really never been outside. Huh.
No. What's it like out there?
I borrowed this little trinket from a senile old mutt. I can't get it to work like I wanted, but what I can do... It is a glorious, wonderful world. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
Where are you? Show yourself, you little ruffian, and give it back!
Well, I better slither on out of here. You know, there is one thing you could do. This is the apple of mortality. It can give you the ability to see the world in all of its beauty. One bite, that's all it takes.
Loki, what are you up to?
Nothing much. Just being the trickster god.
Okay. What did you do, trickster god?
Eventually, Kronos found out about the fruit and went to confront Adam and Eve. Now many believe Kronos banished them for seeking the fruit of knowledge. But...
It has come to my understanding you two were given a fruit.
She was given it.
I am aware, and I have no intention of taking it from you. I understand that what you saw was enticing, but it is also a blank canvas. I was planning on making it my expanded Eden as a gift for you two. But I think a better gift to give you is the ability to control what happens yourselves. That fruit there, it will allow you to pass into the next realm, but you would no longer be eternal. All I can promise you down there is the knowledge you will need of how to create new life, extend your legacy, as you watch the world to grow until the day you're ready to return to Eden. But if you choose not to go, I also understand that decision too.
I know it's wrong to ask more of you after giving so much already.
We owe you for the wonderful life you have given us.
We want to start to create our own families, just like you created us as a part of yours.
I'm sorry, Father.
I see you've made up your minds then. Take a bite, and your wish shall be granted.
I'll miss you.
Father, thank you.
This is not the last I will see of you. My time stands eternal. You best not keep him waiting. My time is eternal, but not infinite.
On Midgard, the two humans began to spread life and happiness wherever they went. While they had many children on Earth, the last two Adam and Eve ever had in their elder years were Cain and Abel.
Thank you, Cain. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it, Father. She isn't getting it better, is she? Father?
She is not.
What of Kronos? Can't he help? Surely he has a place in his heart to help his creation.
You remember our father's stories. He told us that down here we would be finite. I am sure he is already aware of the situation.
You speak as though death should be the norm. Are you implying we should do nothing to help our mother?
Brother, it is destined. It's what the great creator asked of our parents before he let them come here.
Is the cost of free will the right to die? If so, then damn him! If he cannot help our mother, then perhaps he's not even real, a figment made up by our parents.
Boys! This is not the time for you to squabble and bicker. Go outside and get more firewood.
Give me that axe. It was Mother's, and you wish for her to die, so you have no right to use it.
How dare you! I do not wish any ill on our mother, you half-wit. I just choose to believe in Kronos in the hereafter. While you choose to believe in nothing but what your short-sightedness can see.
Hereafter this, Kronos that. All you think of is the future, never the now. You would rather watch our own mother die than call out the man who has put her in such a predicament. You make me sick. That's it, give me that axe. You don't deserve it.
Cain, you need to calm down. Fighting with me is not going to help our mother.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? You're always their favorite. Convenient, is it not? Mother falls ill as soon as they show even the most slightest more attention towards me.
They never had a favorite. You are delusional as always, brother.
No, I'm not delusional. I'm seeing things clearer than I ever have before. Give me that axe. Last warning. That's it, you murderer. Give it to me! Stay down.
You think this is going to make them love you more? Wake up, Cain!
Shut up, shut up, shut up! You've always thought you were better than me!
Listen, brother.
Shut your mouth!
Brother.
Abel! Son! No!
Wait, no, I didn't mean to. I was just trying to scare him.
What did you do?
I thought I was being a good son.
Abel, my sweet boy.
Why? Why did you do this?
I thought Abel was being daft, believing in your fairy tales. He would much rather mother die than find a cure. I didn't mean to. You have to believe me.
Curious.
No! Please don't take him! Death God! It wasn't his time!
Death God? No. They're lies! This is my imagination! Abel's not dead. This is a dream. A nightmare even. And I'm ready to wake up.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Cain.
What is this? Mom? Dad? Help me.
Cain, what's happening?
What is this? This hunger!
This world.
It is all ours.
I can practically feel it.
Should probably leave. I don't fancy fighting a death god today.
What are you talking about? The woman? The child? It will be a massacre.
Actually, it won't be anything. I foresaw your creation, 7 mortal sins. Funnily enough, I am.
You foresaw our practice, but I foresaw something as well. You shall be a forefather. One day, long from now, Ralph will consume you and your brother, and that will be a happy day.
We shall see. You bear the infernal mark. Kronos must truly despise what you've done here today. It is your time, Abel.
Please. I beg of you.
I cannot change his fates, but I can bring you with me.
Please take us.
But Cain will never be able to grace the heavens.
Please, no. Let us talk to Kronos. We can convince him.
He is the one to give Cain the mark you see before you.
Please, Anubis. Please help us.
Don't bother. I don't need your second thoughts of pity.
Cain, please.
No! I bet you wish I had me up there.
Cain, stop! You are breaking your mother's heart!
Shut it! You've always favored him. Perhaps it would be better if you never saw me again. Go be with your prodigal son, when you've always loved.
Cain.
Cain has made his choice. One day your son will be able to see you again, though his future is cloudy for me. Come, it's time for us all to move on.
Groveling before your betters? I must say, I'm flattered. However, such flattery won't save you. I will ensure you do not see the end of this tournament.
I'm not groveling to you. I pity you. For to staying on this earth, one who can't feel love or hate, one who sees everyone as unworthy. You are a wretched beast.
Pity me? Do you know to whom you speak? I am the ruler of the Egyptian pantheon!
And yet, he looks so empty, meaningless.
Meaningless? So speaks the insect!
Even in the most hollow creatures, there is some sliver of hope. But I never saw that hope and ran in search for it. You once had, did you not? And it burned to cinders.
What need have I for hope? I am a prodigy. I excel in the one true factor of worth. The true worth of any creature, mortal or divine, is in its ability to kill.
Then by all means, show me the power you think is so special.
With pleasure. Splintered glass tree, fearing sandstorm. Now be gone.
Sorry, beastie. I don't die to common mutts like you.
Excuse me? I am the Godslayer Set. You should know your place. Then.
I think it's time for me to show you who you are really dealing with.
These two, they are such monsters. It's terrifying. To think this tournament brought some of the most monstrous humans and demons.
It's not too hard to see why. The gods are despise humanity for forsaking them, and the humans loathe the gods for disregarding them also.
Sounds like you speak from experience.
I do.
Don't I know you?
not that it matters. Now, who do you suppose will win?
I mean, obviously, Cain. Take Achilles, for example. He only took major damage from the Monkey King thanks to an intervention from the mystical fruit Buddha gave them.
But this isn't the same type of immortality. Achilles himself said he got it by bathing in the river of Styx. Whereas Cain got his mark a different way.
You know this guy?
Only by reputation. I find that the best way to learn of a person is to look into them. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
What about this other guy?
That, my friend, is a lot more open to interpretation.
What do you mean?
This is the king of the Egyptian gods. God of sand and skies. But beyond that, I'm afraid my knowledge of him is very skewed.
Skewed?
Throughout this tournament, we have had minimal knowledge of what these gods can do. And we have seen time again that the interpretations of the past aren't necessarily accurate. But of all the gods, Seth is the one who has the most clashing parts to his history. Some say he was a petty god. Some call him a brute. Some even refer to him as a saint. No two stories of Seth track. So I am curious to see this is his personality.
His personality is what intrigues you? It has been a while, King Midas.
Indeed.
The ages have not been kind to you, have they? You wish to know what Seth is like? He is a brutish monster. One who values murder and death above everything.
I thought Anubis was the god of death.
And yet, Seth has killed a septillion times more people. Seth is what I would call a difficult personality to get used to.
He's a pig and a brute. All he thinks about is violence and murder.
That is a bit harsh.
Hardly. Seth was once considered a primordial god. One of the eldest. Amongst the likes of Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, and Odin.
Indeed. It is nice to see you have such a long time, Persephone.
Hera, you can cut the fancy talk with me. We're friends.
You know I can't do that.
Right. Keeping appearances for all thine and bitch over there.
That again. I didn't quite hear that.
Back off, brother. I would hate to be an only child.
This tournament has shown us all one thing, Persephone. Gods aren't eternal. And one day, Hades might not be around to save you.
Calm down.
Very well. I don't doubt Seth's abilities. Besides, I have some visits I need to make. Starting with my wretch of a son.
She's a beauty, a fitting steed for a god of your stature.
Sorry, Alex. I'm not interested.
Such a shame. What has you all bummed out, man?
Things are getting beyond my control.
Sometimes that's life.
Well, it shouldn't be. I only wanted to become a god so that I could save humanity, and now I am powerless as ever. I have to rely on Hades to pick up my slack. I am too incapable.
Hades isn't picking up any slack, and he sure isn't in this for noble reasons. You and I both know you could have saved countless lives from being exterminated if you had done this your way. Ever since I came to the heavens, you've been a close friend of mine, which is why I have to tell you that Hades is a bastard, one who feels no remorse in his empty soul. He may be able to win us this war, but how many lives must be risked in order to do so? Hercules, you don't belong as a front for everyone. You're a god of combat and war. You're a god of strength. You belong on the front line, supporting everyone and leading humanity. Hades knows how to rally the gods, but you know how to rally mankind. You need to take control of this whole operation.
You're right. Thanks. Always good to have a friend like you, Alex.
Hercules! Where are you?
I'm right here, Father.
Mortal! Leave.
Go to hell.
You should watch your tongue.
Why should I be afraid? Because you killed Jesus? Because you got Thor killed? You can't intimidate me.
You should know by now, you insignificant wretch, that I am a king!
I have seen cowardly kings, and I have seen corrupt kings. I've even seen vicious kings. But all three in one? That's a first for me, Your Highness.
It's okay, Alex. I can handle this. Like you said.
Very well.
It would be in your best interest to mind where you walk, mortal. Where you step, ants are crushed. Where I step, civilizations fall.
An ant can lift 1,000 times its own weight, and with enough of them, they're unstoppable.
What do you want, Father? Aren't you off to brag how powerful Seth is?
You walk the mortal realm for what? One out of a millionth of your life, and all you do is complain of my cruelty to those mortals.
Those mortals share more in common with me than I do with you, Zeus. Our blood is the only bond we share, and its tainted blood means nothing to me.
I'm omnipotent, yet I have the issue of a bratty son and a bitchy wife.
Oh, hey, Mother.
Honey! Oh, I hate you, son. I hate you more than most things.
Believe me, I have been aware of the fact my whole life. Being a child of Zeus is something I asked for either. But alas, even gods can't fully control their fates.
So many kings in this war. I'm amazed their armies haven't tried a coup. But then again, what was it the mortal king said? An ant can lift 1,000 times its weight. Doesn't really matter. If you control the sun that burns them.
But you know that already. So why don't you say what you want? You want to know who my Patreon is.
You're right, Brad. Not every king is as cruel as I. But the same goes for strength. I've earned my cruelty. That's something you'll never understand.
Have you earned it? Or are you just continuing the cycle of violence?
My child, it is with a heavy heart I must make you understand the truth of the matter. You question if I've earned it. Perhaps not. But I've earned other things. My kingdom, my riches, your women.
Zeus! You forgot yourself. Let it not be forgotten. I still stand even when you would have me dead. Even after all you did to Megara. After everything you have done, and you still can't take him down.
Often worse than death. Your argument is meaningless. I've ensured that even after the failed attempt on your life, you'd be in hell anyways.
Even if the darkest pit of Tartarus opens to swallow me whole, we both know my death is nothing to me. But you are losing yourself. You are losing what once put on you on a pedestal. You are the great, undefeatable Zeus, backed by the immortality Poseidon, the invincible Odin, the immovable Hades.
I've lost nothing, you insolent child.
Have you not? Poseidon is dead, Odin is gone, Hades does not side with you anymore. Your daughters despise you. Jesus has shown humans just how weak you really are.
I hope when you do die one day, you die screaming.
You know what, Father? If that's the price I must pay to watch your kingdom burn, I would scream louder than 1,000 banshees. Oh, and by the way, the one thing you should remember, a lesson I learned from you, nothing is truly eternal. Anything can be killed. We must not be able to kill each other yet, but after this tournament is done, I will take great pleasure into ending your miserable existence.
One thing is eternal, son, and it's something that you should remember. A lesson, if you will. Pain will be remembered long after you are gone. And I'll make sure the humans remember it clearly.
If that is what you choose to believe in, Vlad. But I do sense a second storm coming, and we both know it isn't blowing your way.
Curse of the Scarab!
Ah! Shit, that actually hurt. Just kidding. Nope. Down.
I'm beginning to find you quite irritating.
I'm starting to find you predictable.
Then allow me to mix things up. There's something you don't seem to fully comprehend. You may be immortal, but you have no way of killing me. Do you know why Anubis was appointed the god of the dead? Because I needed someone clean up the bodies left in my wake. There is no greater honor than to die by the hand of a worthy foe. Be grateful then that your death shall come by mine.
What kind of deluded mentality is that?
Curious. This is not the side I have seen of him since the days of old.
What do you mean?
Name me one opponent that Seth hasn't been able to cut down in his many millennia.
I suppose I have rarely seen him even talk to his opponents before slaying them.
There is a reason for that. He only acknowledges and respects those who he deems as his equals. Strength like Odin's or Zeus matters not. He only seems to acknowledge you based on the merits of your killings.
Because it's all what he's good for. Killing.
So when you meet the unkillable, all his strength, all his ruthlessness is rendered useless.
My husband typically rigs these matches against humanity. Why would he send Seth in against someone like Cain?
Because it isn't the first unkillable being he destroyed. Seth is a man-child with an inferiority complex, but he was also the weakest son of Kronos. Odin, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, and even Jesus all outclassed him in raw power. However, Seth didn't let this stop him. He has gone from being the weakest god in his pantheon, even the weakest in all of Olympus. In fact, he once had one more brother among Kronos' children who outclassed him, but look who stands among the crowd now. Hades hasn't fought. Jesus was the one brought on his knees. Poseidon and Odin have fallen too much weaker beings, and the final brother, Osiris, was stained by Seth's own hand.
Such ingenuity. It's almost admirable.
What makes you say that? It's just simple craftsmanship. You are incredibly foolish, brother. Your admiration for these humans baffles me.
How so?
Look at them. They are disgusting, vile machinations of Kronos. Creatures who disregard, ignore, or forget where they came from. They are arrogant and ignorant wretches that we have put up with far too long, in my opinion. But Zeus doesn't kill them because he needs something to fornicate with every 12 seconds. Apparently Hera isn't enough.
Surely even you can see the similarities between us and them.
Similarities? Brother, surely you cannot compare the likes of these insects to the likes of us.
They are susceptible to the same sins as us. They can be just as putrid and vile as the worst of us. But also, they have the capacity to be just as pure as our best.
I don't expect you to understand, brother, but the moment we start comparing ourselves to the livestock, the more likely they are to rise up.
Hey, boys.
Sister, I see you have maintained your lack of decorum.
Just because I don't have the same stick up my ass that you do.
Never change, dear sister. Never change.
Iris, may I speak with you a moment? It's quite beautiful out tonight, but my eyes seem drawn to a more marvelous sight.
Brother, I don't know how to tell you this.
Oh.
I do feel a connection to you. But that same connection that I feel for you, I also feel for Osiris.
How can that be? Surely there must be something I'm better than him at. He is the stronger brother, but wouldn't you prefer to be with the smarter of the two?
I suppose you are a romantic. You are genuine and kind, but he has his merits as well. It is not an easy decision.
So you do see I have worth. Then surely the decision must be made easier with that, no?
Seth, you cannot rush love. It takes much consideration.
I have been considering it over and over and over again. But every time I think it through, it always leads me to the one I love. To you.
Brother, love is like a bird. You can try and cage it and make it into whatever you so desire, but eventually it will fester and die.
Please, just think about it. Do you truly love Osiris? Or is it his strength that gives you this sense of security? Can you say, truly, with the utmost certainty, that he is the better man?
Brother, do not force our sister to make a decision.
Stay out of this, you dim-witted brute!
You should check your place.
Do not think because you are my brother that I would not exterminate you in a matter of moments.
Then do it! Show her the kind of god you truly are! Strike me down!
You know, perhaps the battle isn't a bad idea. It would help me decide.
Ah, a wonderful plan. Might versus wit.
This is outlandishly stupid.
I've known you to be many things, brother, but I'm surprised a coward is among them. You're simply terrified that your might shall fall short of my brilliance.
Brother, if you wish for me to put you in an early grave, I would rather it be over something less petulant.
No. You're trying to manipulate me in an effort to get me to surrender before the fight even begins. I shall not be so foolish.
Brother, I will not kill you. But perhaps I should give you a lesson in respect.
Respect? Respect is earned, dear brother, and I do not owe you any. Can't hurt what you can't find. Why won't you just let me win? Why must you always work to best me?
Because you are irrational. Because you are pathetic. Prone to emotional outbursts anytime something doesn't go your way. But worst of all, you are weak.
Irrational? I am Set, king of the dunes, lord of the sky. Every step you take is within my domain. You gaze upon the sky and see my home. You do not deserve to be king. It should be, and will be me.
Set, you are the weakest of our brethren. The day you beat me is the start of the end of days.
I am not weak, birth of the scarab.
Predictable as always, brother.
Don't you dare call me predictable!
What?
I am the king.
Brother.
Beg.
What?
Go on. Beg. Beg for your life. Beg for your king.
Brother.
Fine. Have it your way. Iris! I've won! I am now king of this realm! Is that not enough for you?
Brother, there's something I need to tell you.
You know, you remind me more and more of him. And here I thought we shared something of a kinship, you and I.
Kinship? All you've found is your death. What in the world?
I shall show this entire arena the true meaning of strength.
Here's the thing about bigger trees. You need a sharper axe to cut down. I'm gonna cut you into 1,000,000 pieces.
I am the king of the dunes, lord of sand and sky. There is nothing I fear.
No matter how tall you grow, nor how fast you move, you will always fall by my same hands. Worms? Really? You're gonna have to do way better than worms to drag me to hell.
I wouldn't be too cocky if I were you.
Who needs a body anyways?
Holy shit.
Well, you have to give the boy props. He has gusto.
My son really is capable of mutilating his body like this? I can only imagine all the pain he has suffered to be able to do this to himself.
I wouldn't worry about your son. He was trained in my army, one of the greatest warriors I'd ever seen.
He truly garners respect wherever he has traveled.
Doubt anyone could oppose him for long, god or human.
Truly a warrior of the ages.
Sadly, though, your little boy Adam, well, he won't make it.
What does that mean?
The god Seth may look like a jackal, but in reality, he is a cockroach. He worms his way out of every situation. He is a pest that refuses to die.
Even the notorious brawler Sun Wukong couldn't find a way to kill an immortal, even when Achilles was stripped of his powers.
But you need to remember that Cain has been an immortal for longer than I have, and has been so since the dawn of man. Therefore his immortality did not come from the river of Styx, like mine did.
Perhaps, but all Seth's attacks are doing nothing.
Interitus mortem plaga. Time to die.
Don't you realize? This is a battle to see whose immortality is stronger. My skin is like an armor. There is no weapon that can...
You know what the one advantage that humans have that gods don't? We know our limitations, and we wear armor to protect ourselves. You gods are so used to being the dominant force that you wear no armor. Carry a few weapons. You lord your power over those weaker than you, and you will finally see the truth of the matter. The gods are just as weak as humanity.
I expected no less of you.
Be silent.
What was that? It almost seemed like his body was bubbling.
How curious. He still persists to urge to this day.
Such a pitiful display. Bet I could say in so much of this strength if he would just cave in.
You again. What are you doing here? Last I checked, Lucifer recognized me as a god. The hell are you doing in the human stands?
What's wrong, hubby? You don't like them being here?
Bastard.
Don't taint my wife's face with your sinister words, temptress.
Virtuous as ever, Adam.
I can't wait to see how that whore feels when she realizes that her son is going to die.
He won't die. Did you not see the crippling blow that Cain just dealt to Seth? Nothing will stop him.
Even you can surely see the writing on the wall. Why would Seth just charge in randomly? He is the greatest tactician in the heavens. Seems a bit out of character, wouldn't you say?
Leave, or I will knock those jaws you hold so dear out of your face.
I never heard. Why didn't someone of your strength join the tournament? After all, you're made in the god's image. I'm surprised someone of your strength would let that weakling son of yours fight instead.
Listen here. If you must know why I am not down there, it's because I will not stoop to use the godly power I possess to fight any one of you. I do not see a use in it. My son chose to fight, and my faith in the good in him is what makes me sure he will destroy that beast.
Charming sentiment, but you might want to look at the field.
So, how does it feel?
How did...
Seth is not to be one-upped. He despised being second to anyone. He knows there was no way he could dodge the next hit, so he decided to strike first.
But what about the mark?
Cain's mark doesn't heal him from everything. He is healed from death. Seth hasn't hit him with a lethal blow, so the wound is not healing.
Curious.
Yes, yes, yes.
Karma. This power of his birthed the saints, so he possesses some of their strengths and abilities. However, he is also struggling to hold his own mind together. Only one being has ever been known to control the saints' powers completely.
And believe me, it is a harder task than it seems, but Cain is human, making it even harder on him.
Quell yourselves! This is my body and my fight! I think I'm starting to understand it now. All this time, I thought you were looking away to kill me, every other opponent that you faced. But truth is even more shameful. You can't physically do it.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
So that's how it is.
Will someone please tell me already?
What is a weakness that we gods all possess?
Ha! We gods are benevolent and divine! We hold no weaknesses!
Must you hold your bravado above the plain facts this tournament has presented?
It is a weakness of all gods that even you share, Zeus.
Oh yeah? What is my weakness?
Love.
Say what now?
This is Zeus we're talking about.
Indeed, even Zeus shares this weakness. His love for his brethren is a weakness of his, but for Seth it was different.
Love isn't a weakness. It's an notion only humans have.
Answer me this. When a human heart is wounded by love, it is temporary, till they die. Their pain has an end. But for us gods, we gods, as you said before, we are benevolent and eternal, and so a wound by love is a wound that transcends time itself.
I don't understand. How is love any kind playing a factor with Seth?
Because it has been his whole life, since the day he became the Godslayer. He may have the bravado of the mighty jackal, but deep inside, he is the wounded pup.
I know your pain. I too once lost everything in the pursuit of affection. It has a way of holding on to you, festering. And eternal life does nothing to soothe the pain of what you have done. Now then, give me another beer, my good man!
Hello, Cain.
Huh? Who are you?
Just a friend passing through.
Well, if you're a friend, come have a drink with me.
So this is what you've been up to all these years.
Do I know you?
Maybe not on a personal level, but I know you, and I know what you've been through.
Look, I ain't looking for some hobo to give me life advice. I'm sure I've been alive a lot longer than you, pal.
Cain.
Barkeep, what is this?
It is water. Perhaps you've indulged in the luxuries of sin for too long to recognize its taste.
Why the hell are you switching my beer for water?
Because I want to show you something.
And I care why?
Eve sent me. She has told me she has watched you from afar.
What do you want?
I want to help you. The path you're going down is the easy one for sure, but one you will never be able to get off of without someone to lend a guiding hand.
How do you know it's not the path I deserve?
Cain, no one deserves to be set down this path. I know of one being in all of creation that deserves to be bridled with torment. And even then, I wouldn't wish this path of self-destruction even on him.
My mother. How is she?
She wishes you were with her.
I wish I could see her too.
One day, my son, you will.
How the hell do you know?
Simply trust me the way I have trusted you.
Believe me, the pain of losing loved ones is hard, but caving into the pain of your past will not make things any easier. Killing doesn't fix what you did. Killing doesn't make you worth anything.
I'm at a loss for words. I always admired your ability to do what others couldn't. and cut down anyone that got in your way.
What?
I could never figure out why you wished to join this tournament. I thought that you wished to kill a god simply for fun, just as you had been doing for countless years, slaughtering the cattle that got in your way. But that was never the reason, was it? You didn't kill them for sport. You never felt the thrill of the hunt. You killed them out of rage. You killed them because they reminded you so much of yourself. Am I wrong?
For many years I lashed my self-loathing on others. I saw what I had created, what I had brought into this world. Sloth, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, pride, and envy. I saw what I had made and I hated it. I hated the hand I played. But it was not my cross to bear, to purge people of their sin. It was mine to absolve the sins of my own through redeeming myself, spreading the virtue I myself lacked: gratitude, temperance, humility, charity, chastity, diligence, and patience.
What a disappointment. Here I thought you were some apex predator, some grand warrior. But now I see you're little more than a child throwing a tantrum.
Considering you and I are closer in age to anyone else in this tournament, that doesn't say much. But for all my hypocrisy, I can't help notice that you also aren't what you seem. You have paraded yourself for many years as a Godslayer. Yet I can't help noticing the lack of slayed gods. I mean, hell. From what I've seen, you might even be stronger than the Norse and Greek pantheons. And yet, there they are, alive and well.
You dare to question my ability?
I think deep down, you want to be the scapegoat. The one people call the Godslayer so they know to stay away. Because deep down, you don't want to be responsible for another death. You could have ended this fight 9 times, but the secret you hold is that you don't want to win. You want to see the burden fall on someone else. Finally see another Godslayer so that you will no longer be the outcast. Or hell, maybe the damage is done. Maybe, secretly, despite the showing you put on, you hope that someone can kill you and finally put this whole godhood thing out of mind.
You think you've got it all figured out? That after one fight you can just psychoanalyze me? That you can understand the weight of my burden? No. No, you can't. Sphinx's claw. Crush him!
Obscuritas, veteris, celenti, hac, bestia.
Searing waves of eternity!
No. No, 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 no. What have you done?
It took me a while, but I finally figured out how to do it. Every time I strike you, that mark of yours glows. But it's not the same mark as the one you were bestowed with.
No, this can't happen.
You sense it too.
The eldritch being.
Who would have ever guessed it? The lost eldritch god. Hidden in a human, destined to never grace the god's sanctuary. All those years ago, it wasn't Cain who made the sins. It was the god of destruction, Kaos.
No! time to die!
Chaos.
Who do you think you are? Sit down!
I have had it with these
Sit down, Zeus! Sit this one out, Hades. Are you not dead yet? I guess I've been held back just a little too much. If I have to tell another fucking person to sit down... No, maybe you'll learn to sit. Playing hide and seek now? Where do you go, little jackal?
What is this? What happened to Cain?
If I assume correctly, Cain is likely being absorbed by chaos.
Oh, it's been far too long. Finally, I'm free from that rancid, depressing shit shack. I'll have to do a little urchin one favor, though, and finish this fight.
Chaos! It has been far too long.
Do I know you?
Oh, no. But I know of you. My brother spoke quite a bit about you. That you were a monstrous being to not mess with. I don't see what got him so scared. After all, you were defeated and sealed with an immortal.
Aw, you think you're cute?
Rising sands, I call upon you now to shred this eldritch earth. Quicksand?
Oh, you really are a scum. Cease! Huh?
Is that the best you can do? No. No. It is not my time yet. None of them. All right. Herald of the Nile. Descend!
Huh? A mirage?
I must ask, Chaos. Have you been letting yourself go? You've grown quite puffy.
Juvenile delinquent.
Splintered glass storm! What's wrong, Chaos? Aren't you supposed to be an eldritch god? Arab Splinter. Shit.
Clever trick. It won't work the second time. Die! 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 It's a shame your brother can't watch the miserable wretch you've become. He would have taken so much pleasure in watching me shred you to pieces.
You're probably right. I might even deserve it.
Cain! Brother, please, you need to snap out of it. Don't let that parasite win.
But you see, brothers have a nasty habit of doing the unexpected.
Brother, there's something I need to tell you. Brother, I forgive you.
What?
You always were stronger, better, kinder. I'm sorry that my actions led us to this.
No, Osiris. It was never meant to be like this. It should have been you.
Silence, sister! For once, just be quiet. This was never about you. It was never meant to be. This battle has been a long time coming. Years of me being a shit brother.
Brother, I don't think I've ever heard you swear.
I think I finally understand why you always like doing it. Really drives a point home.
Brother, So sorry.
Save your apologies. They aren't worth a dime here. They're not yours to give.
But
Brother, I know this about you. You will beat yourself up about this. And many of the gods will probably blame you too. But this isn't your fault. You need to remember that.
Little roach! I'll skin you alive!
Cain! Are you still in there, boy? Excellent. Glad to see you've regained control.
What is... Mom?
Son.
Mom.
My boy, come back to me.
What are you playing at, Sand God?
Hear me. This tournament is no longer a fight between gods and mortals. It is now a war between evil and good.
And you think you are the good in this?
I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about you and Cain. Allow me to share some wisdom from my late brother. Cain, you are not at fault. You are a target of chaos. He took you and twisted you into a monster. Through you, he made the sins. He made this happen. And now he intends to kill everyone. All that you care about, everyone that I care about. Are you going to let him win?
Shut it! No. No, I am not. I can only hold him in for so long. Let's end this.
Good. It would have felt wrong killing you when you weren't in control.
I am truly sorry.
Spare the apologies. You're not the one that needs to make them.
You see me, Abel? Finally doing right by you. I'll miss you all. I wish it didn't have to end so soon.
Neither did I.
I knew you'd do something for me.
Oh, cry me a fucking rip.
I thought I told you to pipe down, chicken shit. This day has been one for the gods. But know that we are no longer allies. Zeus!
Fucking scumbags. The fuck? Of course it's you.
Nothing personal, Messenger God, but I don't know exactly how much you know, and I don't plan on letting whatever you know get out.
I look forward to seeing you choke to death. You! Did you forget who I am? I am the god of messages. And the fastest of all the pantheons.
Cerberus!
Never mind, fairy boy.
I must ask, how does it feel to go permanently? I must admit, I've always wondered how it feels, but I would rather just ask you. Goodbye, nephew. May you at least be remembered for the shriveling, insignificant, pathetic wretch you were.
Zeus will put your head on a pike.
You needn't worry about my brother. I have my own contingencies for this man. And without you there, who will he have left to trust but me?
We'll see how that goes.
Charon, many thanks.
It is my pleasure, my king.
Please come with me. I need to go and choose the next fighter.
Right away, sir.
Fenrir, will he take my deal?
You will obey. You base royalty of the highest caliber, and given that my father isn't giving any counteracting orders, you will obey me.
Good. We will need a new announcer. I don't have time to reiterate the same message through that thick skull of yours. If your reservoir is going to break every single lost round, then maybe you shouldn't have talked at all. Now then, we are running out of cards to play. Alexander, Midas, yourself, and Theseus are all we have left.
Don't bother. I have chosen for us.
What do you mean by that?
Uncle, I appreciate what you have done thus far. I will continue to ask for your advice, but I did not come to you to have you sacrifice countless lives. So I am taking the reins.
Well, I certainly expected this, but I expected it a lot sooner. Better late than never, I suppose. This was always how it was meant to be, Hercules, but you never had the guts for it. Something tells me you may finally be ready. Well then, I suppose it's time to see who you have enlisted.
They underestimate us. They mock us. It's time for me to show these gods just how much of a threat humanity can really be.
Care to tell me why you're here?
I go where I like. Besides, when did you get so close to your father's killer?
It is fine, nephew. Leave us.
Confident, aren't we, for someone on death's doorstep?
Care to explain why you're impersonating him?
Not so easily fooled, it seems.
Oh, the King of the Sands, given the win by a man who didn't want others to die. I bet that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth.
It doesn't, even though it should. There's a level of satisfaction knowing that he died without regrets.
Never took you for a sentimentalist.
What can I say? Cain was quite inspirational.
Indeed. These humans certainly do come full of surprises.
I realize we were never exactly drinking buddies. But I am curious as to why you want me dead.
That is not exactly my main intention. I came for this.
What are you...
Just what I needed.
What are your intentions with that, trickster?
This little key is the answer to my revenge. Well, granted I will need all four, but you know what they say. One step at a time.
You would bring back the Titans? After the devastation they left behind? You know I can't let you do this, trickster.
One thing you should never do when dealing with a backstabber is leave yourself open to an attack from behind. Tartarus, such a dire place this time of year.
Trickster god.
Oh, what brings you here?
Come to gloat.
Mother?
Attention everyone, Hermes is currently preoccupied with other matters, so I will be your announcer for the...
Greetings, everyone. If you're hearing this, I am dead. But I couldn't just let the most important message of my life go to waste. So, I made a countermeasure. This tournament has been a sham. Hercules has not been running it from the get-go. There has been a puppet master from behind the scenes of it all.
What? A traitor in our ranks?
This isn't good.
Well, this just got interesting.
Who would dare one of those demigods, I bet?
Who could it be?
Zeus, are you?
That's right. The god responsible for the deaths of our friend Odin, Sun Wukong, Poseidon, Thor, and myself is none other than the king of hell, Hades. You hear that, folks? The true mastermind behind it all is one of the big three gods. So it seems in the end, Hades, I get the last laugh.